Welcome back students to our maths class of class 7. Almost after 2 weeks, a break of 2 weeks, we are meeting again through our videos, and we are going to start now with our third unit, that is data handling. In your 6th standard you have learned about data handling, and you have learned some things about data handling in your 6th standard. What difference is in 6th and 7th? That's some advanced things you are going to learn in the 7th standard. In your 6th standard, you have learned about how to collect the data, how to organize the data. We'll come to that. Here also, in this year also, you have how the data is to be collected, how it is to be organized. And this year, you are going to learn about some representative values regarding the data. Now, what is meant by data? If you remember, in 6th standard, you had one sum about the students, that in a class some students are there and they like some sweets, and the sweets were laddu, jalebi and barfi and rasgulla, I think so. So these 4 sweets were there, and these 4 sweets were liked by this student, 4 students like jalebi, 5 students like laddu. So this is the information about the students liking the sweets, and this is nothing but this is called as data regarding the students, like those who like the sweets, different types of sweets they like. Data can be of any form. The data may be of say suppose monsoon season is going on, every day how much millimeter of rainfall is there, this can also be a data. The data can be related to our class also. For example, in our class suppose 50 students are there, and what is the height of the students, each and every student. So these are the kinds of data related to group of students, and every year you would be having this unit, that is data handling, but you are going to learn some more and more advanced things. In 7th standard this year you are going to know, or you are going to come across 4 representative values. What these representative values are, that also we are going to see soon, very soon, while we are going through the unit. And representative values are very important. So sorry. So this year you are going to learn only 4 basic representative values. Next year more representative values you will learn. When you go to your 9th and 10th standard, there again you are going to learn about more representative values. So data handling. What is meant by data handling? Okay, when you collect the information, or you gather the information of the students, and you arrange it in a given format or in a organized way, that is called as data handling. Now when we are doing data handling, there are steps. These steps you have learnt in the 6th standard, that first of all, the data is never in a organized form. The data is never in a organized form. So first we have to collect the data, and then this is the first step of data handling. And second thing is that we have to organize the data in a tabular form. Now what is meant by organizing the data in tabular form? It is nothing but last year you must have drawn some tables. Here suppose marks were there, then here tally marks were there, and here frequency was there. I hope you remember that you had arranged the data in these 3 forms. Frequency means you draw lines like this. Suppose 4 times you have counted a data, and when the 5 comes you draw a slanting line. So this is nothing but this is called as frequency table. This table is called as frequency table. And when you arrange the data, the given data which is not organized, in a tabular form or in the frequency table, we call that as organization of data. In 6th standard only these 2 things you have learned, plus you have learned the pictorial representation of the data. Pictorial representation means representing the data in a graph form. You must have drawn the graphs in the 6th standard also. So when you draw the graphs for the data, that time it is called as representation of data in a pictorial form. Now this year you are going to learn about, I said you earlier that 4 representative values you are going to learn. What does it mean by representative value? Okay. Representative values means when we organize the data in a tabular form, out of that data, some important things we can take out from that data which are very useful for us. Means what? That if we have a data of our whole school, now in our school almost there are 2500 students. If we are collecting the data of 2500 students, to represent that whole 2500 students in a tabular form is very impossible. It is quite difficult. So to represent the single value of the 2500 students, these representative values are very important. Why representative values? If we have a very large data, that large data can be represented by small values, by a single value, and those representative values, they are called as representative values for that set of data. The first representative value that we are going to learn or we are going to see, it is called as range. You can write down this as a definition also. So when you start down the third unit, you can start with writing down the definition of range. Range is nothing but no definition is there, just a formula is there. So here we write down the formula as highest observation minus lowest observation. Very simple. Highest observation minus lowest observation. Now what is highest observation? What is lowest observation? Suppose just now we conducted the exam, and in the class of 50, everyone are going to get different type of marks out of 50, and those students, those who are getting the highest marks, okay, that would be the highest observation. Suppose 5 students are getting 50 out of 50, so our highest observation would be 50. And suppose the lowest marks get by a student, it is 20, let us assume. So that 20 marks would be the lowest observation. That means every student have got the marks between 20 to 50. Got it? What is the highest observation? 50. What is the lowest observation? 20. No one got marks below 20. No one can get marks above 50. So that is the range of the marks for our classroom, and this is the range that we calculate, and it is given by a very simple formula: highest observation minus lowest observation. That means in this case 50 minus the lowest will be 20 marks, so our range comes to 30. Simple. It is very simple. So this is the first, this is only example, don't write this, write down only this much. Okay, range, highest observation minus lowest observation. Now the second, this was the first. The second representative value that we are going to see here, first we are going to see 2, and afterwards when we finish 3.1 we are going to see the next 2 representative values. It is called as arithmetic mean. Or simply it is also called as mean. It is also called as mean. Arithmetic mean, or in other words it is also called as mean, and in other words we call this value as average also. To find out the average we have to calculate the arithmetic mean. Okay, now what is, again here definition is not there, a simple formula is there. What is arithmetic mean or average means? So this equals to arithmetic mean, we can write down AM equals to, arithmetic mean equals to sum of all observations divided by sum of all observations divided by number of observations. So to find out the average marks or to find out the average of the data, what we do, we find out the arithmetic mean, that is sum of all observations divided by number of observations. Now suppose in our class 50 students are there, so we will have to add all the 50 marks, individual marks of each and every students. What marks each and every students must have got? Some may got 20 marks, some may get 21, 22, 50, 35, 40, any marks ranging from 20 to 50 we can get, we have to get, and so all those marks we have to add, and number of observations. For how many students we have collected the data? We have collected the data for 50 students, since 50 students are there in our class. So number of observations means 50. So whatever the total comes divided by 50 will give us the arithmetic mean of the data, and arithmetic mean gives us the average marks, will give us the average mark scored by the class. So see, the data of 50 student is there, but arithmetic mean, it is going to represent a single value which will be representing the average marks gained by the students. So these are the two representative values that we are going to see, and exercise 3.1 is totally based on these two representative values. So we have seen the two representative values, that is range and arithmetic mean, or simply we call it as mean, and we are moving towards exercise 3.1, and we start with question number 2, because question number 1 is a practical sum. There you have to calculate, or you have to measure the heights of the students in our class, and then we have to find out the range of the heights in our class. Now since now at this time it is practically impossible for us to measure the heights of each and everyone in our classroom, and even if the school is started, we don't solve this question number 1, we directly start with question number 2. Okay, what is question number 2? Organize the following marks in a class assessment in a tabular form. Now there are some marks given for the classroom in a class test conducted, and we have to organize the data in a tabular form, and we have to answer the questions given below. There are total 4 questions given, and we have to answer them. Okay, tabular form means you have to organize the data in the tabular form, that is the frequency table we have to organize. Now first we have to see to the data. Okay, here we can see 4, 6, 7, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 2, 6, 2, 5, 1. Different marks are getting, and total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 students are there. Now how you arrange the data in the tabular form? Okay, since marks is given, so here we write down marks. Then here we write down tally marks. And here we write down frequency. Okay, marks, tally marks, and frequency. So marks means what? Here you can see that different students are getting different marks. Some students have got 4 marks, some has got 1 mark, some has got 9 marks. So the lowest mark here is 1 and the highest mark here is 9. So up to 9 only the students have got the marks. So what we will do? First we will take down here 1. Okay. Then we will write down all the marks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Total, these are the marks that the students have got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now here the first question is, let us solve again. Let us see that first question afterwards. But here you can see the lowest marks is 1 and the highest marks is 9. So we can easily find out the range of the marks. Okay. Tally marks. We have to count where the data is given how many students got 1 marks. Okay, here only one student we can see got the 1 mark, so we will give here only one tally mark and the frequency would be 1. These all things we have learnt in the 6th standard. What is meant by frequency? So here tally marks, how many tally marks comes here? That would be the frequency. Frequency means 1 marks is scored by how many students, or how many students scored 1 mark, that is only one student. Then 2 marks, okay, so 2, 1, 2, only 2 students, so here what we do, 1, 2, so here it would be 2. Then 3 marks, 1, only one student has got 3 marks, so here again 1. Then 4 marks, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so 3 students has scored 4 marks. Okay, then 5 marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students has scored 5 marks, so we gave the frequency as 5. Now it is not that 5 students are there, so 5 marks they have got, not like that. See here, 3 students, 3 marks, only one student got, so frequency would be 1. So automatically they have given, how they have given that we have to count. This we have to count in the textbook. What I am writing here, these marks, the marks are given in the textbook, and from the textbook I am counting here. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you here. Now we are going to see 6 marks. Okay, so 6 marks, how many students have scored? Let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students have scored 6 marks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we give 4. That this data is for total 20 students. Okay, then 7 marks. 1, 2, 1, 2. So frequency would be 2. Then 8 marks. Only one student has scored 8 marks, so only frequency would be 1. And 9 marks. 9, only one student has scored, so the frequency would be 1. Now, whether we have collected the whole data, that we have to see. How we are going to check it? We will check it with the frequency. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 5, 12, 12 plus 4, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the total data of 20 students we have collected. We have collected it from the textbook given, the question given, and now we can proceed to our questions. So please copy down this table if possible, or in the notes also you are going to get this table. So this is the table that you have to copy down, and after writing, so now what we have done, the first thing what we have done, whenever you get a set of data, the first thing that we have to do is that we have to arrange it in a tabular form. This is called as organization of data. Now we have organized the data very easily. Now any question can be asked to you. How many students scored 5 marks? Let us see. 5 marks, these are the marks. So how many students scored 5 marks? 5 students scored 5 marks. How many students scored 8 marks? Only one student scored 8 marks. Now just remember, if you want to see the data from the given unorganized data, it is quite difficult for you to see. But when we arrange the data in a tabular form, or when we collect the data, we organize the data, our questions become very easy. We can easily answer the question. Let us proceed to the questions now. I am rubbing out this. Okay, what is the first question? Which number is the highest? First question. Okay, which number is the highest? Or we can write down highest marks. Highest marks equals to 9. First question we have answered. Second question. which number is the lowest marks, equals to 1. Third question, what is the range of the data? Range of data. Range of data, what was the formula given? Highest marks minus lowest marks, or highest observation minus lowest observation. So here we write down highest observation minus, this is the short form for observation, minus lowest observation. Okay, highest observation minus lowest observation. What is the highest observation? 9 minus, what is the lowest observation? 1, equals to 8. So what is the range of the data? 8 marks. What is the range of the data? 8 marks. And the fourth question is, I will rub out the whole thing. And the fourth question is, what is the arithmetic mean? Find the arithmetic mean for the given data. Fourth question, arithmetic mean, AM, or simply mean also we can write. Arithmetic mean equals to sum of all observations divided by number of observations divided by number of observations. Okay, sum of all observations. Now whatever is given here, 4, 6, 7, 5, 3, that also you can write down, add it up, or we can write down it in this way. Okay, so 1 mark was got by one student, so 1 mark, plus 2 marks was scored by 2 students, 2 plus 2, plus 3 marks was scored by one student, so we are going to write 3 only one time, plus you can write it down in this way, or you can directly take the data from the textbook also, no problem, but this is the easiest way. Now we don't have the table, so otherwise I would have told you how to take from the table, but here 1 mark was scored by one student, 2 marks was scored by 2 students, 3 mark was scored by one student, 4 marks was scored by 3 students, so 4 plus 4 plus 4, plus 5 marks was scored by 5 students, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus we just have to add it, 6 marks was again scored by 4 students, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 7 marks was scored by 2 students, 7 plus 7, because 2 students got 7 marks, 8 marks by 1 student, plus 9. This whole thing is to be divided by, total how many students are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, divided by 20. Just we have to add it. If you add all these things, the answer comes to 100 divided by 20. If you add up all these things, see here, 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 plus 12, 20, 20 plus 20, 40, 40, 40 plus 5, 45, 45 plus 24, 24 plus 14, plus 8 plus 9. You can add it and you can see. So you get the total to be 100. Now this cancelled, 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10. So this equals to 5 marks. And done. Our sum is done. All the 4 questions we have answered. We have given the answer for the highest observation. We have given the answer for the lowest marks. We have found out the range of the data, and we have found the arithmetic mean as 5 marks. Okay, we stop here.